Hi Tamers! Today, I want to share with you a team I've been using recently to climb the ladder. It has a lot of cool interactions and it runs 3 digital Tems, which is pretty unique. The main star of the team is Zaobian. He's a great aggro opener and can easily sweep the enemy team if properly set up. I've already done a spotlight video talking about how Zaobian works, so if you're interested, check it out. Let me explain how my team works. My main win condition is Zaobian, and I use either Gazuma to buff Zaobian's speed or Deceit aura to switch the speed order, taking advantage of Electro Punch being low or high priority depending on if there's synergy. Nagaise and Gazuma also function as setup sweepers as well. I run 2 other digital Tems to make sure I have an Electro Punch synergy unless they ban both of them. I run Iridescence and Redirection device on the digital Koish, with stats to be played as a bulky support. Common factor Tuwire has been really good as another layer of protection against boards I can't answer. Since I have 3 digital Tems, I run Raignet as another Electro Punch user. They have the added benefit of Electric Custodian to protect my Nagaise and Zaobian against rival Electric Tems. The issue I run into at this point is my team is very weak to Crystal, so I pick Tulcan and Mudrid for my last 2 spots. At this point, I'm running 3 wins as well, so Mudrid's Crystal Dust is gonna be pretty dangerous. Also, you may have noticed something weird about one of my technique choices. My Zaobian runs Telekinetic Shrapnel. I've been testing it to beat enemy Yallers, but it doesn't really come up in this video. I feel like as long as you have Electro Punch, Wastewater, and Heat Up, you can pretty much run anything in that last slot. It's really nice how flexible Zaobian can be to fill in your team's gaps. If you're curious about my TV spreads, I'll put them in the description below. With that out of the way, let's get into some games. Here's the first game. When I made this team, I did it with a Volphy or Gyalis first ban in mind, and they have both. I usually have more trouble with Gyalis, so I ban it. They ban Raignet, which makes a lot of sense. They don't have to first ban Nagaise since they're running a Scaravolt, and since I banned Gyalis, he doesn't have anything to cover Raignet. I lock in Gazuma. It's the first half of my classic opener, and again, without Gyalis, he's pretty safe. So he locks in Amphitheater and Scaravolt. I bring Zaobian. It might make more sense to bring Mudrid here, but Zaobian's really crucial to my win condition. I'm planning on banning Volphy next, and Zaobian beats all 4 of his remaining Tems. I really can't risk him getting banned. Scaravolt's a huge problem, but if I can get past it, my win condition is clear. So they ban Mudrid, and I ban Volphy. Our final lineups look like this. So my game plan is to preserve Zaobian and knock out Scaravolt. My biggest threat to Scaravolt is digital Koish, and since it's Iridescence, it can sit in front of Amphitheater without any issues. So I swap Zaobian to Koish and sparks that spot. My Koish isn't very invested in offensive stats, but with a Sparks buff he can do some real damage with Water Cannon. The swap goes through, we trade Sparks, and Scaravolt's Thunderstrike comes down and Koish eats it. Now since this Koish is weak to fire, Scaravolt can one-shot it with Fire Tornado, but that's not available for 1 more turn. I make a risky swap to bring Zaobian back in and possibly set up. In hindsight, I think pressing Cage on Gazuma would have been really smart, but it's fine. He swapped Scaravolt out for Tulcan, but I was water cannoning that spot, so he's gonna get chunked. Amphitheater presses Bright Beam. Tulcan takes a big hit from Water Cannon. Next turn, I Electro Punch that spot. Since Electro Punch will kill Tulcan, I decide to rest on Koish. Any attack I make will just remove Amphitheater's evasion, and it's only got 1 turn left on it anyway, so I'd rather just save the stamina. Amphitheater sparks itself. Then he brings Scaravolt back in. I swap Zaobian back out for Gazuma because I like the previous board state, and I still want to preserve my Zaobian. As long as Koish is pressing Water Cannon, his Scaravolt's in trouble. Gazuma comes out, Amphitheater Bright Beams again, Water Cannon chunks Scaravolt, and Scaravolt Thunderstrikes Gazuma. That's a +2 Scaravolt, so Gazuma gets wrecked, but at least he lives. The worst part about this situation is Scaravolt was at 70% and only took 34.5% from Water Cannon, so it's gonna take 2 more hits to kill. And it has Fire Tornado ready this turn, which will definitely OHKO my Koish, and Gazuma will die from a Plague, which it can't outspeed with Tornado. So I decide to Cage, since it's the only thing Gazuma can do to outspeed Amphitheater, and then press Rainbow Guard on Koish to dodge the Fire Tornado. Cage goes out, Scaravolt tries to swap, which makes me regret not water cannoning it, but the Plague Fire Tornado play seems so good I didn't expect it, and instead, Amphitheater sparks itself again, and I Rainbow Guard nothing. So overall, my play is not very good, but I only make it because I'm just trying to play around their best play. Anyway, now I go for a Tornado Water Cannon since I can't swap even if I wanted to, and he plagues the Koish spot. Now I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt here. Maybe he was expecting a swap since I wasn't trapped on the Koish side. Anyway, my Tornado comes out and water cannon finishes off the Scarebolt. He brings in Oshiera, and his Amphitheater is very low on stamina. I bring in Tulcan and Tuwire to do a burn nullify combo. This removes Oshiera's fake beard buff, and Tulcan can eat this aquatic whirlwind easy. Amphitheater sparks his Oshiera. Oshiera is gonna be a little threatening. However, now Oshiera has no priority move, so I just double into Oshiera. Amphitheater sparks himself again. Serbatio's Wrath comes out, but Oshiera OXs for it, and the Feather Gatling finishes it off. Now I really want to get Amphitheater to OX before I bring Zaobian back in just to be safe. I don't know if a +3 Plague will outright kill him before I waste water, so I send out Gazuma, and I Faraday Cage Electric Storm the Barnchy spot. Energy Manipulation comes out and barely doesn't kill Gazuma. Faraday Cage one-shots Barnch and Gazuma OXs itself. Amphitheater rests. Now Zaobian finally comes out and presses Waste Water, which OHKOs Amphitheater. Still, I'm not sure if a +3 Plague would have killed Zaobian, but I guess we'll never know. In this second game, I hit record a little late, but he banned Zaobian and I banned Gazuma. He's playing a comp with Lowaddle in it, but if there's one thing that beats Lowaddle, it's Electro Punch. I banned his Gazuma because I'm a bit worried a fast charge Lowaddle might still outspeed Raignet. I'm not sure, it depends on the TV investment. I'm sad I don't get to show Zaobian gameplay this game, but this is a good replay to show what the other Tems in this comp can do. He locks in melee Chromion, I bring Nagaise and Raignet. Nagaise being my main win condition, and Raignet being very important to stop whatever Lowaddle cheese he has going on. And he locks in Gario. With the new Gravel Bag item, Gario is a menace to my Raignet, and I actually have no way of dealing super effective damage to it. Oh well, we can make it work. Probably. I ban Mimit, because I feel like he has some outplay potential with copying my Raignet, and I just don't want to deal with it. He bans Tuwire. Here's what the rest of the draft looks like. On paper, his opener's a bit better than mine, but if I set up with Nagaise, I think I can sweep his entire team. So I press Madness buff and Electro Punch the Chromion spot. I did a calculation, and it's impossible for his Gravel Bag Gario to OHKO my Raignet with Soil Steam, even if it has max attack. He swaps out Chromion to grab 0B10. Electro Punch chunks him. Soil Steam absolutely wrecks Raignet, but he's still alive, so this is fine. Then the Madness buff comes out. Now next turn I press Nagaise Fury and Electro Punch again. 0B10 burrows between my attacks and Raignet falls to another Soil Steam. It sucks missing my water move, but at least Burrow is on cooldown and neither of them are evading. I decide to bring in Koish. Gario could really mess the Koish up with another Soil Steam, but he doesn't know it's Iridescence yet, so I figure I can keep it out for a turn. Nagaise is low on stamina, and I don't want to risk getting blown out by 0B10 Electric Storm or anything like that, so I swap to Gazuma. He brings his own Nagaise in and presses Digithreat with 0B10. That was originally going onto my Nagaise, but Redirection Device pulls it onto my Koish. Digital Stream comes out and knocks out 0B10. And then Gario comes back in. Koish is doomed, but if push comes to shove I can always Rainbow Guard it off. I'm hoping my Gazuma can survive to use Electric Storm because with max special attack investment I have a good chance of knocking out Nagaise. I press Hypnosis on Koish to sleep the Gario. So with Deceit Oro, the turn order gets swapped around and Soil Steam chunks Gazuma. Nagaise puts Koish to sleep. There goes the Rainbow Guard idea, and Gazuma Electric Storms. Luckily, it does kill Nagaise. He sends out SPATK. Now I really don't want to lose my Koish, and luckily I can remove Doomed with Cage. Cage comes out, SPATK rages, and Gario rests. They took really good advantage of my low pressure board. I throw out a Tornado and Hypnosis onto Gario, having the speed advantage. Nicho Sai comes out, killing Gazuma. That's fine. The Nagaise stonks I have invested in have returned to hopefully win my game. There's no more Deceit Aura, but he only has slow Tems left. I Beta Burst SPATK and rest with Koish because I don't want to wake up Gario if I don't have to. And with only melee Chromion and Gario left, it's a Digital Stream to 4x the Chromion and another Beta Burst to wrap up Gario. I saved this game for last because it's a Zaobian mirror match. He bans my Nagaise and I ban Volphy. Raignet or Tuvine would have been good bans too, but this is fine. He first picks Zaobian and I see where this is going. I grab Zaobian and Gazuma and he grabs Gazuma. Then we trade Raignet bans. Here's the rest of the draft. So unfortunately he gets the speed arrow, which puts me at a disadvantage. I don't run the fastest Zaobian spread, and if we both press Electro Punch, I'm probably gonna lose. Well, Mudrid is pretty good into Zaobian on turn 1 as he resists all of his turn 1 options, so I swap to Mudrid, and sparks it. He brings in Kinu to buff and whip, and presses Heat Up. This is a super greedy play, but I swapped so it paid off for him. We're behind, but I'm confident Mudrid will outtrade this Zaobian. I'm expecting either a Crystal Bite to kill Gazuma or a Frond Whip to kill Mudrid. I can live with losing Gazuma, so I cage. If this works out, Mudrid can kill Zaobian and Kinu after they're both locked in. He presses Cyber Claw, and ouch! Soil Steam comes out and Stonewall buffs Zaobian further. I'm really happy I caged because if Zaobian swapped out here, I don't know if I could have dealt with it in a future turn. So knowing Zaobian has no priority move, I press Crystal Dust and Tornado. I really hope it kills because if it doesn't, I fall super far behind. And thankfully it does. If it didn't, this Revitalize would have really hurt. Next he brings out Tulcan. Tulcan can one-shot my Mudrid with Fiery Soul, but the great thing about Mudrid is access to Synergy Crystal Dust. You just can't outspeed it. I get a free hit on Kinu before I die, and Gazuma can chunk them both. Kinu uses Stonewall on Tulcan, but the damage has already been done. I bring in Zaobian. All of his threats have been taken care of, and I'm free to show off my ace Temtem. I swap Gazuma out for Koish to get synergy and start punching. Tulcan falls, and I take a little hit from Kinu. They overexert, so I don't even have to look at Kinu next turn. Gazuma comes in, and we have a really good trade against them. I swing once more, and take down both Tems. And finally Hedgen comes out, and even though he's gotta go fast, nothing's faster than +2 Zaobian. And those are all the matches I have for you today. I'm really proud of this team, as all the combos, redirection abilities, and unique Tems make it very fun to play. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my spin on a Zaobian comp, and maybe I gave you some ideas to help you build your own. Before I go, I want to say thanks. We recently reached 500 subscribers, and I'm working on a video to celebrate. I appreciate you guys tuning in, leaving comments, and giving me feedback to help make better videos. I read and respond to every comment, so if you ever want to chat, slide into the comment section below. Once again, thanks for watching. My name is Blunk, and I make Temtem content for YouTube. If you like this video, thanks! Stay tuned for more, and have a great day.